The orbital dropship trembled as it cut through Epsilon 9's turbulent atmosphere. Lieutenant Hana Kim gripped her harness tighter, feeling every bump and shake. This was her first hot drop mission with the Galactic Coalition forces, and her stomach twisted with both excitement and fear. "Systems check complete. Drop pods ready in 3 minutes," announced the ship's AI in a calm voice. Hana looked around at her team. Captain Tae Lee, a veteran with 15 successful drops, sat across from her, his face relaxed as if he was just on a routine flight. Next to him were their alien teammates, Muro, a tall blue-skinned tactical expert, and Ravi, a four-armed weapons specialist. Both aliens watched the humans with a mixture of curiosity and concern. "I still do not understand why humans insist on these hot drops," Muro said, his large eyes blinking slowly. "Our data shows a 43% chance of serious injury." Tae smiled. "That's exactly why we do them. No one expects soldiers to fall from the sky in the middle of a battle zone." "But why not use teleporters or stealth ships?" asked Ravi, checking his weapons for the 5th time. "Too easy to detect," Tae explained. "A hot drop gives us the element of surprise. We humans might not be the strongest or fastest species in the coalition, but we are the best at taking risks." Hana nodded, though her dry mouth betrayed her nerves. Their mission seemed simple on paper. Drop into the mining colony on Epsilon 9, find proof that the Krell were building illegal weapons, and get out. But everything about a hot drop was dangerous. The ship lurched suddenly, throwing everyone forward, against their harnesses. "What was that?" Hana asked, her voice higher than she intended. The ship's AI answered immediately. "Warning. Enemy defense systems detected. Taking evasive action." Captain Tae unbuckled his harness and moved to the command console. They weren't supposed to have air defenses here. The ship rocked again, harder this time. Red warning lights flashed across the cabin. "Direct hit to Engine 2, reported the War AI. Drop zone approach compromised." Tae turned to face the team, his expression serious but calm. "Change of plans. We're dropping now, 10 miles from the target zone." Muro's blue skin paled. "That is outside mission parameters. We should abort and return to base." "No time," Tae said, already moving to his drop pod. "If we turn back, they'll track us to the fleet. Everyone in your pods now." Hana fumbled with her harness buckle, heart pounding in her chest. This wasn't how her first drop was supposed to go. She had trained for years, graduated top of her class at the academy, but nothing prepared her for the reality of a compromised drop. "Hana, move!" Tae shouted as another explosion rocked the ship. She ran to her drop pod, sliding inside the sleek metal capsule. The door sealed automatically, and screens lit up showing the ship's status. It didn't look good. "All drop team members, this is Captain Lee." Tae's voice came through her headset. "Our original plan is scrapped. New mission, survive the drop, regroup on the ground, then proceed to the target on foot. Questions?" Silence answered him. "Good. Remember your training. The Coalition chose humans for this mission because we're the best at adapting. Prove them right." Dropping in 3, 2, 1. Hana felt her stomach lurch as her pod detached from the ship. For a moment, there was an eerie silence as she floated in space, the stars bright and clear through her small viewport. Then, Epsilon 9's gravity caught her, and she began to fall. Warning lights flashed on her control panel. "Descent angle critical," announced her pod's AI. "Adjusting trajectory." The pod shuddered as its thrusters fired, trying to correct her path. Outside, the black of space gave way to the fiery orange of atmospheric entry. The temperature inside the pod rose rapidly. "Come on," Hana whispered, working the manual controls to help the AI. "Don't fail me now." A loud bang echoed through the pod, and her main screen went dark. "Primary systems failure," the AI reported, its voice now choppy. "Switching to backup systems." Hana's training kicked in. She flipped switches and pressed buttons, trying to regain control of her descent. Through the viewport, she could see the ground approaching fast. Too fast. "Deploy drag chute," she commanded. Nothing happened. Manual deployment, she muttered, pulling the emergency lever beside her seat. The pod shuddered again as the chute deployed, slowing her descent slightly. But not enough. The ground rushed up to meet her. Brace for impact, the AI warned, just before Hana's world exploded in noise and pain. When she opened her eyes, smoke filled the pod. A slice of daylight cut through from a crack in the hull. Hana checked her body, bruised but nothing broken. Her suit had protected her from the worst of the impact. This, she groaned, unbuckling herself and pushing at the pod door, is exactly what a hot drop is. The door gave way and she tumbled out onto alien soil. Around her the landscape was rocky and barren with strange blue plants growing in patches. In the distance she could see smoke rising from what might be other pods. Her comm unit crackled. "Any survivors? Respond!" It was Captain Tay's voice, weak but alive. Hana pressed her comm button. "Lieutenant Kim reporting. I'm alive, sir." One by one, other voices joined in. They had all survived, though scattered across miles of territory. The real mission was just beginning. Hana Kim's eyes opened to a world of pain. Her drop pod had cracked open like an egg, leaving her sprawled on the rust-colored soil of Epsilon 9. The planet's twin suns beat down on her, their harsh light filtering through the thin atmosphere. She tried to move and winced as pain shot through her left leg. "Damage assessment," she whispered to her suit's AI. "Minor fracture detected in left tibia. Medical gel deployed. Recommended immobilization time, 2 hours," the mechanical voice replied. Hana sighed and looked around. Her pod had landed in a small valley surrounded by jagged rock formations. No sign of the other team members. Her communication system crackled with static when she tried to call for help. "Long-range communications damaged," her suit informed her. "Short-range systems operational." She pulled herself up to sit against the broken pod. 2 hours of waiting wasn't an option. The mission was time-sensitive, and every minute increased the risk of discovery. Hana activated her emergency beacon, hoping someone from her team would pick up the signal. As the medical gel hardened around her leg, creating a temporary cast, Hana checked her supplies. Her weapon was intact, and she had enough water for 3 days. The emergency rations looked unappetizing but would keep her alive. A soft sound made her freeze. Something was moving among the rocks nearby. Slowly, she reached for her pulse rifle and aimed it toward the noise. "Come out slowly," she called. "I'm armed." The sound stopped, then continued, closer now. Hana's finger tightened on the trigger. A small creature emerged from behind a boulder. It stood barely waist-high to a human, with 6 limbs and skin that shifted colors to match its surroundings. 2 large eyes regarded her with unmistakable intelligence. "You hurt," the creature said in broken Coalition standard. Its voice sounded like pebbles sliding down a hill. "Yes," Hana replied, lowering her weapon slightly. "Who are you?" "I, Nami. You from Sky? In Firebox?" "Yes, I came from the sky. My name is Hana." The creature, Nami, moved closer, its skin now taking on a bluish tinge. "Bad ones look for sky people. Come with hunters. Very danger." Hana's training had covered the native species of Epsilon 9, but this encounter wasn't in the briefing. The Krell weren't supposed to be hunting Coalition forces. They shouldn't even know they were here. "Bad ones? You mean the Krell?" Hana asked. Nami's color changed to a warning red. "Shh. They hear name. They come." The creature looked nervously around. "Must hide. They have machines that find heat." As if on cue, Hana's suit sensors beeped a warning. "Multiple signatures approaching from the north. Estimated arrival, 3 minutes." "Can you help me?" Hana asked Nami. "I need to hide and find my friends." Nami hesitated, then nodded. "Help you, but quick, follow." The creature moved surprisingly fast on its 6 limbs. Hana struggled to her feet, testing her injured leg. The medical gel held firm, allowing her to walk with only a slight limp. She grabbed her survival pack and followed Nami deeper into the rocky terrain. They reached a narrow crevice in the rock face. Nami slipped inside effortlessly. Hana had to turn sideways to squeeze through. Inside, the crevice opened into a small cave. The walls glowed with faint blue bioluminescent patches. "Safe here," Nami said. "Bad ones too big for small places." Hana activated her short-range communicator again. "This is Lieutenant Kim. Does anyone read me?" Static. Then a familiar voice broke through. "Hana? It's Tai. Where are you?" Relief flooded through her. "Captain, I'm in some caves with a native. The Krell are hunting for us. They knew we were coming." "I know." Tai's voice was grim. "Our mission was compromised. Ravi is with me, but we lost contact with Muro. The native says the Krell have heat sensors. They'll find our pod soon if they haven't already. Then we need to move fast. Can you get to the rendezvous point?" Hana looked at Nami. "Is there a way to the mining facility from here?" The creature's color shifted to a worried purple. "Bad place. Many guards. But yes." "Nami, no way." "I can make it, Captain," Hana said. "But we need to find Muro first." "Agreed. His pod landed south of yours. Be careful, Hana. This isn't a normal hot drop anymore. It's a survival mission now." The communication ended, leaving Hana alone with the alien creature. She checked her weapon again and adjusted her pack. "Nami, I need to find my friend first. He would have come down in another firebox like mine. Can you help me?" The creature nodded, its color changing to a determined yellow. "Help find friend, then go bad place. But first, eat this." It offered her a small blue fruit. "Make pain less. Make strong." Hana hesitated, then took the fruit. Her training warned against consuming alien substances, but her instincts told her to trust Nami. She bit into it. The taste was surprisingly sweet, and almost immediately, the throbbing in her leg subsided. "Thank you," she said. Nami moved toward another opening in the cave. "Come, find friend. Stay low. Hunters have eyes in sky, too." As Hana followed her new ally deeper into the cave system, she reflected on what Captain Tai had said during their descent. Humans were chosen for hot drops because they could adapt to anything. Now she would have to prove it. The real mission, and the real test was just beginning. The caves twisted deeper into Epsilon 9's crust, glowing with strange blue light. Hana followed Nami through narrow passages where the ceiling hung so low they had to crawl. Her injured leg throbbed despite the fruit's medicine. "Friend near," Nami whispered, stopping at a junction where 3 tunnels met. But not alone. Hana checked her scanner. It showed 4 heat signatures ahead, one likely Muro, the others probably Krell hunters. "How good are you at creating distractions?" Hana asked. Nami's skin flashed a confident orange. "Very good. Watch." The small creature scurried down the left passage. Moments later, Hana heard strange echoing calls bouncing through the caves. Nami was mimicking the cry of some local animal, and doing it from multiple positions by using the cave's acoustics. The scanner showed 3 heat signatures moving away, following the sounds. Hana moved quickly down the right tunnel toward the remaining signature. She found Muro slumped against a rock wall. The blue-skinned alien looked up at her approach. His normally bright eyes dimmed with pain. "Lieutenant Kim," he said weakly. "This is an unexpected rescue." "Can you walk?" Hana asked, checking him for injuries. His left arm hung at an odd angle. "My species is more durable than yours," Muro replied. "The arm is damaged but functional. I can move." A chittering sound announced Nami's return. The creature looked proud, its skin now a bright yellow. "Bad ones chase shadow sounds," Nami said. "But not long. Must go quick." Hana helped Muro to his feet. "We're meeting Captain Tai and Ravi at the rendezvous point. Then we continue to the facility." "The mission is compromised," Muro stated flatly. "The statistical probability of success is now below acceptable parameters. That's why humans do hot drops," Hana replied. "We don't care about the statistics." They followed Nami through a different set of tunnels, moving upward toward the surface. After an hour of careful navigation, they emerged into a narrow ravine. The twin suns were setting, casting long shadows across the rocky landscape. In the distance, the mining facility was visible, a sprawling complex of metal buildings surrounded by a high-security fence. Spotlights swept the perimeter. Captain Tay and Ravi were waiting at the agreed coordinates hidden among a cluster of blue crystal formations. "You made it," Tay said, relief clear in his voice. He nodded to Nami. "And you've made a friend." "Nami saved us," Hana explained. "The Krell were hunting us with heat sensors. Ravi, the four-armed weapons specialist, was scanning the facility with high-powered binoculars. Security is heavier than expected. I count 12 guards on the perimeter alone." "They were expecting us," Muro added. "Our mission parameters were known to them in advance." Tay's face hardened. "Then we have a leak somewhere in Coalition Command." "What's the plan now?" Hana asked. "The plan is still to get evidence of illegal weapons manufacturing," Tay replied. "But we need a new approach." Nami, who had been listening quietly, stepped forward. "Nami, no secret way. Work in bad place before. Escape when bad ones take my people." The 4 team members exchanged glances. "Can we trust it?" Muro asked. "Her," Hana corrected. "And yes, I think we can." Tay made his decision quickly. "Show us this secret way, Nami. But understand, if this is a trap, you won't survive it." Nami's skin turned a solemn blue. "No trap. Want bad ones gone. They take my people for work. Never return." The creature led them along the ravine until they reached what looked like a drainage pipe half hidden behind rocks. It was just large, enough for them to enter single file. "Waste pipe," Nami explained. "Goes under fence. Bad smell, but no guards." "Perfect," Tay said with a grim smile. "Sometimes the worst path is the best path." The pipe was everything Nami had promised. Secret, unguarded, and smelling terrible, they crawled through darkness for 20 minutes before emerging inside the compound behind a storage building. "We're in," Tay whispered. "Ravi, set up a perimeter scan. Muro, hack into their network. Hana, you and I will find the weapons lab. Nami, can you show us where they might keep special projects?" Nami pointed to a low building with reinforced doors. "There. Bad energy comes from there. My people fear it." Tay checked his weapon. "Then that's where we're going." They moved through shadows, avoiding the spotlights and patrols. When they reached the building, Muro worked quickly to bypass the security system. The door slid open silently, revealing a long corridor lined with laboratory doors. The team moved inside, weapons ready. What they found in the central lab made even Tay gasp. It wasn't just illegal weapons, it was something far worse. "Is that what I think it is?" Hana whispered, staring at the massive device humming with energy at the center of the room. Muro's scanner beeped in alarm. "Dimensional technology. They're attempting to create a portal to another reality." "That's against every treaty in the galaxy," Ravi said. Nami's skin had turned almost white with fear. "Bad ones want new world. This world used up." Tay's face was grim as he started planting explosives around the lab. "Change of plans, we're not just gathering evidence anymore. We're shutting this down permanently." The mission had just become much more dangerous than any hot drop. Alarm sirens blared through the facility as Hana and her team worked quickly to set charges around the dimensional device. The massive machine pulsed with eerie blue light, creating waves of energy that made Hana's skin tingle uncomfortably. "How much time do we need?" she asked, placing another explosive on the power conduits. 3 minutes to finish placing charges," Tay replied, working on the opposite side. 5 minutes to get clear before detonation. Muro was accessing the facility's computer system, his injured arm now supported by a makeshift sling.
"I am downloading all research data. The Krell have been working on this technology for years, not months, as our intelligence suggested." Ravi stood guard at the door, all 4 arms holding weapons. "Security forces are mobilizing. We have company."
"Coming." Nami climbed up to a ventilation shaft, her skin changing color to match the metal walls. "Many bad ones coming. Big weapons." Tay finished setting his final charge and moved to help Hana. "You know," he said conversationally as if they weren't in the middle of a high-risk mission. The term hot drop didn't always mean what it does now. Is this really the time for a history lesson? Hana asked, connecting the detonator wires. Best time, Tay said with a smile. In old Earth military, a hot drop meant inserting troops into an active combat zone, somewhere already hot with enemy fire. Fascinating, Hana muttered. But over time it came to mean something more, Tay continued. It became about the human ability to throw ourselves into impossible situations and adapt, to fall into chaos and somehow land on our feet. The door slid open, and Ravi fired a warning shot down the corridor. We need to move. Now. Almost done, Muro called, his fingers flying over the data terminal. Hana finished wiring her explosives and joined Tai at the central control panel. What she saw on the screen made her blood run cold. Captain, look at this, she said, pointing to the dimensional coordinates displayed. They're not trying to open a portal to just any dimension. These are coordinates for Earth. Tay's eyes widened. They're planning an invasion. Worse, Muro said, joining them with the downloaded data. According to these files, they want to drain Earth's resources through a one-way portal. They would take everything without ever sending troops. A blast rocked the laboratory door. Ravi returned fire as Nami dropped from the ventilation shaft. No more time. The small creature chittered, anxiously. Must go now. The east exit is blocked, Ravi reported. We're surrounded. Tay looked at the dimensional device, then at his team. His face showed the calm determination of a man used to impossible situations. New plan, he announced. We're going to use their own technology against them. What do you mean? Hana asked. I mean, Tay said, moving to the control panel. We're going to create our own hot drop, or rather a hot rise. Muro shook his head. That is highly illogical. This technology is untested and dangerous. So is being captured by the Krell, Tai countered. Hana, help me reconfigure these settings. Muro, I need you to calculate a controlled power surge that will create an upward thrust without opening a full portal. Understanding dawned on Hana's face. You want to use the dimensional energy to blast us out of here? Exactly, Tay said. One big push upward through the roof and into the sky. Our drop pod's distress beacons will alert the extraction team to pick us up. The probability of survival is, Muro began. Don't tell me the odds, Tay interrupted. This is what humans do best. We improvise. Another explosion shook the lab. Stronger this time. Part of the ceiling collapsed near the door. Ravi can't hold them much longer, Hana said. If we're doing this, it has to be now. Tay looked at each team member. This isn't just about our mission anymore. If the Krell open, that portal to Earth, billions of lives are at risk. We have to destroy this technology and all data about it. Muro hesitated, then nodded. I will delete the files after sending an encrypted copy to Coalition Command. Good, Tay said. Ravi, set your remaining explosives at these points. Nami, is there anything your people need from this facility before we destroy it? The small creature's skin rippled with emotion. My people, prisoners in lower levels, cannot leave them. Tay's expression softened. We won't. Hana, modify the explosive timers. We'll free Nami's people first, then trigger our hot rise. Hana worked on the detonator settings. She realized something important about humans and hot drops. It wasn't just about surviving the impossible fall. It was about choosing to jump in the first place, knowing the risks but taking them anyway. It was about facing fear and finding a way forward when all logical paths were blocked. And sometimes, she thought as she finished the modifications, it was about helping others up when they couldn't rise on their own. Ready, she told Tay. Let's make this the hottest drop in Coalition history. The lower levels of the Krell facility were dark and humid. Hana and Ravi moved swiftly through narrow corridors, while Tai and Muro prepared the dimensional device for their escape plan. Nami led the way, her skin glowing faintly to light their path. Here, Nami whispered, stopping at a heavy metal door. My people inside. Ravi used his forearms to place small charges around the door's locking mechanism. Stand back, he warned. The controlled explosion blew the lock clean off. Inside the room, dozens of small creatures like Nami huddled together, their skin dull, with fear and exhaustion. "We free you," Nami told them in their chittering language. "Sky people help. Must go now." Hana's communicator buzzed. "Hana, we're ready," Tay's voice said. "Get back to the main lab. We have 10 minutes before reinforcements arrive from the nearby outpost." "On our way with Nami's people," she replied. They hurried back through the winding corridors, the freed natives following silently. Twice they had to hide from Krell patrols, pressing into dark corners while the heavily armored soldiers passed. When they reached the main laboratory, Tay and Muro had transformed the dimensional device. What once was designed to open a portal to Earth now glowed with contained energy, ready to propel them upward. "Is it ready?" Hana asked, helping the last of Nami's people into the room. Tay nodded. "When I activate this, we'll have 30 seconds before the energy discharge. The blast should launch us through the roof and about 2 miles into the air." "And then?" Ravi asked. "Then we fall again," Tay said with a smile. "But falling is what hot drop specialists do best." Muro looked skeptical. "The force will be considerable. My calculations suggest the acceleration may be too much for some of us. That's why we have these," Tay said, pulling out emergency stabilization harnesses from his pack. Everyone linked together. The harnesses will distribute the G-forces. As they connected the harnesses, explosive impacts shook the building. The Krell were breaking through Ravi's defenses. "All explosives set to detonate 2 minutes after our launch," Tay confirmed. "Nothing of this technology will remain." Nami and her people formed a tight circle in the center of the room, their 6 limbs interlocked for support. The coalition team surrounded them, forming a protective shell. "Everyone ready?" Tay asked, his finger hovering over the activation switch. Hana took a deep breath. This wasn't in any training manual. This was pure human improvisation. "Ready," she said. Tay pressed the switch. The dimensional device hummed louder, vibrating with barely contained power. Blue energy swirled around the room, lifting loose objects off the floor. 30 seconds, Tay shouted over the noise. The laboratory door exploded inward. Krell soldiers poured through, weapons raised. 20 seconds. Ravi fired his remaining ammunition, keeping the Krell at bay while Muro finished the final calculations on his tablet. 10 seconds. Everyone brace for acceleration. Hana tightened her harness links and placed herself protectively over 2 of Nami's smallest people. She caught Tay's eye across the circle. He gave her a confident nod. "This," he said, "is what makes humans special." The dimensional energy reached critical mass. With a blinding flash and a sound like thunder, the entire room shot upward. The ceiling shattered, then the roof above it. Hana felt her body compress under enormous pressure as they rocketed skyward, her vision tunneling to a narrow point of light above. They burst into open air, trailing blue energy and debris. For a moment, they hung suspended high above the facility. The planet's surface spread out below them like a rust-colored map. Then gravity took hold again and they began to fall. "Extraction beacons now," Tay ordered through gritted teeth. Hana activated her emergency signal, watching as the others did the same. Below them, the Krell facility erupted in a series of explosions, section by section collapsing in on itself. "Extraction vessel responding," Muro reported, checking his communicator. "Approach vector calculated." They were falling fast now, the ground rushing up to meet them. Hana remembered her training. Relax the body, prepare for impact, trust the equipment. But before they could hit, a shimmer appeared in the air beside them. The Coalition extraction ship materialized, its cargo bay open and tractor beam active. The beam caught them, slowing their descent and pulling them gently into the ship. They landed in a heap on the padded floor of the cargo bay, bruised and shaken but alive. All of them, humans, aliens, and Nami's people. As the ship accelerated, away from Epsilon 9, Tay helped Hana to her feet. "That," he said with a tired smile, "was the hottest drop I've ever been part of." "You mean the hottest rise," Hana corrected him. 6 months later, Lieutenant Hana Kim stood before a group of new recruits at Coalition headquarters. The class included members of 12 different species, including 2 of Nami's people, now officially recognized as coalition allies. Today, you begin training to become hot drop specialists, she told them. You'll learn to fall from space into impossible situations. You'll learn to adapt when plans fail. You'll learn that sometimes the best way forward is down. She smiled, remembering Epsilon 9 and the mission that had changed her understanding of what it meant to be human. But more importantly, you'll learn what a hot drop really is. It's not about the fall. It's about choosing to jump when everything logical says you shouldn't. It's about finding opportunity in chaos. It's about rising when all paths seem blocked. In the back of the room, Captain Tay nodded approvingly. Now, Hana continued, who's ready for their first drop? Every hand in the room, human and alien alike, rose in response.